Joe in real life. So I have my Pokemon cup. I'm walking my cul-de-sac. What's news? Yesterday, I watched a Lex Friedman podcast with Bert Kreischer. I walked through a spider web. No. Okay. Anyway, he's a stand-up comic. If you don't know, The Machine is what he's most famous for. I was never impressed with him. I saw The Machine, the original special, and I thought the story was good and he was funny. I don't think low of him. I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was especially good. And I saw him on a couple of interviews, and he was always kind of over the top and buffoonish, just a proper clown, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's not my flavor. That's all I'm saying. I didn't really like it. But I saw him on Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman's my favorite podcaster because he treats everybody. Let me think about this for a second. He treats every single guest he has, and he has very eclectic guests, as though they're a person. And that they might have something interesting to share. That sounds like it should be how every podcast is. And I think maybe it's how almost all podcasts pretend to be. But the difference with Lex is that he is fiercely sincere about that. And I know people get irritated with Lex because he's also kind of unbearably optimistic, and people accuse him of being a sort of dopey, naive person. I do think he's a little naive, but I don't think it's as extreme as people make it out to be. And a certain amount of naivete comes with optimism, Like, that's not a character defect. That's part of the deal. Anyway, he interviewed Bert. And I was floored. I was absolutely floored by how likable, by how sincere, by how honest, genuinely funny and weirdly wise the man is. And I highly recommend it. If you're not the biggest Bert fan, the biggest Machine fan, I would listen to his interview with Lex Friedman. I feel like you actually get a good long look at the man, and you can see his side. You can see and feel the sort of wisdom of his life approach. He's kind of an unapologetic hedonist, drinker, and certainly I have a major issue with that, being in recovery. Like, just in terms of me modeling his sort of behavior, that is not a possibility. That would kill me, But I can sort of view it from a safe distance and admire it for real, Like, he seems to have this. He seems to be in a very comfortable groove that he enjoys really well and has a lot of interesting and profound things to say about it. Anyway, 10 out of 10, certified fresh. Highly recommend. I think I should do some reps today. Let's squat. You want to see some of that? I'm going to pull my sled first. All right. I'll see you soon. Okay, so my original plan for my reps and sets was to do the more focused, bigger rep range workouts twice a week. And I'm still sore from the first one. It's been 6 days. I had hoped today I would loosen up after the sled pull and just feel like I could do 8 sets of 1, 3 sets of 4 or 5. But man, no way. Like, no way. And I'm a little confused why I'm still so sore, but also I did poison myself like 2 days ago. And I don't know, you might not know this. So an allergic reaction is just inflammation. That's what that means. Like it's a kind of chronic, total systemic inflammation, but it's inflammation, you know? And so it would make some sense that like soreness that I should have been over by now. Well, that recovery got delayed, and fair enough, but still. And also, I've been doing way more work than I've been showing in these videos. The last week of videos, you'd think I've been being pretty lazy, but I've been trying out a lot of movements and doing a lot of different stuff. This is something of an example of that, kind of doing Kang squats with a kettlebell, just trying to find my shape and my range. My mobility is fine, but getting into the positions feels less than great. So I don't know. I'm doing it tomorrow no matter what. That's 7 days. That's a week. The week after, I'm going to try and pull something a little more ambitious. But holy shit, I'm sore. And also, I ran yesterday, and I ran very gently. I really enjoyed it. I kind of assumed that would flush out the soreness. I know people associate stuff like that with like, oh, you just made it worse. Da, 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 da. That's a really common misunderstanding of like how low intensity aerobic work works. Like basically you're improving circulation. That's all you're doing, you know? Like you might get some aerobic fitness benefit. Well, you definitely get some aerobic fitness benefit, but it's very, very small. The why low intensity work works is because you get a tiny amount of benefit over and over and over again. You can repeat it so often that it really stockpiles in kind of shocking and great ways. But the real benefit in my mind is it kind of speeds up your circulatory system and flushes out a lot of nonsense. And that's the technical word for it, nonsense. And anyway, that's what I was hoping for. And it did not work. I am herky-jerky today. I got aches and pains. My mood is good, which is weird, because normally my mood is right shit when this sort of thing happens. But, oh, I think we're at the end. How'd I fuck that up? Oh well. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. Bert Kreischer was surprisingly wise and human and admirable on the Lex Friedman podcast, and I wimped out on a workout again. I did a little wimpy boy today. Yeah, nothing for it, right? I love you guys. Be good to each other today. I gotta run around town and hand out resumes. I'm looking for a bartending gig. So yeah, that isn't any fun. The reality of that just hit me. You probably could see it. You're just like, you got to do that all day. You got to smiley glad hands all day long. Brr. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do it no matter what. I'm just going to force it tomorrow. So, yeah. I never like when I load when I load it up against myself like that, but that's what's happening. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you.